obviously playing Alabama, a very impressive team. When you look at them offensively, they're the number 3 team in the country offensively, which really stands out to me. Playing in this league against the defenses that they face is very impressive. Their quarterback's playing at an extremely high level, protecting the football, throwing the football. They also have one of the better quarterbacks in the country as a backup. Then you look at them running the football, they're very impressive with their yards per carry. They do a good job in the run game. So they present a lot of challenges trying to take one of the 2 away.
Obviously turning the page and looking forward to, what is a big game to a lot of people, the Iron Bowl, all over this state and really all over the country. Certainly an opportunity in a game as a competitor you always look forward to. And, a lot on the line for our team in every game that we play right now. So we're looking forward to a great atmosphere in our stadium and certainly a great week of preparation by our players.
Auburn at Alabama. I've lived in Alabama. Trust me, it's real. It is very real. And it's the first time. It's a 24.5-point spread in Alabama's favor. This Iron Bowl is the 83rd meeting going back to 1893. And I don't have to tell any college football fan out there, people live and breathe Auburn, Alabama football. You show up and the boxes are still in the front yard. You try to get the moving van in, and one neighbor comes over and says, "Who's your team?" And the other one says, "Who's your team?" And they're going to friend you or befriend you all because of who you're picking. And I'm going to tell you right now, Alabama, I think a lot of people are picking Alabama, even if they did win to Auburn. Tua Tagovailoa, we talked about that. It's kind of banged up right now. Jalen Hurts was banged up as well. But the defense is playing tough for Alabama. Auburn on the other side, Gus Malzahn, offensive genius. You know what? He's not calling his plays, as you said, Coach, but his offense isn't doing anything. They can't run the ball, and their defense is just okay. I think maybe they've been down in Charleston, South Carolina this week, going on a film study with the Citadel to at least get through the first half. We'll see how that goes. Mark, talk to us about the Iron Bowl.
It's not going to be a close one. Alabama's not playing on the Plains this year. Auburn's got to play at Alabama. Alabama's tough at home. You talked about Tua at the quarterback position. Jerry Jeudy, the wide receiver, is one of the best in the nation. They can run the ball extremely well. Their defense is 3rd in scoring in the country and 3rd in red zone defense. I like the way that Alabama's playing on both sides of the ball. Don't worry about last week against the Citadel. It was 10-10 at half. Alabama came out the second half and put the pedal to the metal. That's what they can do because they can do it on both sides of the football. I like Alabama in this game. Big, Coach, 51-20.
I think that Alabama is an outstanding football team, obviously. But remember this, Auburn beat them last year. And because of that, I think Saban's really going to try to run the score up. I tried to look for where Auburn had an advantage. I had to go all the way down to net punting. They have a better punter than Alabama does, and I'm not sure the punter from Alabama is even going to earn a letter. He doesn't have to kick the ball very often. I really believe that Gus Malzahn is an offensive genius. But he sort of turned the play calling over to other people. I hope he gets involved, because I'll promise you, if he gets involved and he calls the plays, he'll make this game interesting. By interesting, I mean it'll hold it to Alabama 46, Auburn 14.
Well, that's going to be probably, 24-point spread. Mark, I think I'm going to take Alabama and the points. That's going to be unbelievable.
It's a challenging place to play. Obviously we won in 2010. 2014 was a shootout. We came up a little short, but you got to play good football. You got to play good, clean football to have a chance to win. You got to make plays on offense. They make you earn it. You're going to have some one-on-one situations. You make plays, and then defensively, you just got to do a good job keeping them out of the end zone. They're explosive on offense, and they can move the football. And then special teams, we've got to win the special teams battle too. So, to have a chance to win, that's what you got to do. At a place like playing there.
I think Auburn has an outstanding football team. To me, Gus has done a really good job there. Their defense is as good as anybody in the SEC in terms of the players that they have up front and how they played this year. They're ranked fairly highly in lots of different categories. Offensively, they certainly have some weapons. Quarterback is a really good player who's capable of making all the throws, and they have some really explosive receivers. Davis and Slayton are really different kinds of players, but both guys very productive. and make a lot of big plays.
For Georgia and Alabama in Atlanta to mean the most, they both need to win this weekend. Georgia's got the test against Georgia Tech. What kind of shot do you give Auburn of pulling the upset of Alabama?
I really don't. I mean,
Doesn't feel like
and I'm an analyst, so I love grinding on the film, and I have been trying to find a way or anything on Auburn's offense I can hang my hat on and say, you know what, they can put up some points. I just don't see it because they can't run the football right now.
No.
If they go to pass, their offensive line's not great. They got Quinnen Williams to deal with. Stidham's not great against pressure. It just does not look good. Alabama's playing too good of football right now.
And
it's kind of a non-game for Auburn. What do they have to play for other than
you think about trying to
try?
get throws on the perimeter, but Alabama plays that press, hard man coverage out there. It's going to be tough to get off jams, get off blocks, and Stidham hasn't been the most effective throwing the football. It's going to be a tough task for Auburn, but it starts with the run game. If you can't run the ball, we've seen not many teams be able to run the ball versus Alabama. Forget
I think it's going to be ugly.
You do?
I do.
It feels that way.
Yeah.
You got to raise your level in this game. You got to raise your level, and you got to find a way to get it done, and you got to be balanced to have a chance to beat them. And like I said, we know each other very well, and we know what we got to be able to do. But you got to do it. You got to raise your level to be able to do it.
I think the players all know what happened last year. I think that they don't feel great about it. They didn't feel good about it last year. They've had to live with it for 365 days, and I don't necessarily think that the revenge factor is the best form of motivation out there, but I think it certainly plays into a guy that's a good competitor, wants to come back and do well if he didn't perform well the last time that he played someone, and I don't think this is any different in this case, but I do feel that there's a lot of other things that are factors that this team can accomplish this year relative to how they finished.